Mr. Premier, come take a Let's pretend just two people and you're not better than me. I'd like to ask...
Premier McGuinty has been meeting with people around Ontario who receive social assistance. And it's been very interesting how seriously people take their moment with McGuinty to tell them what's going on in their lives, how difficult it is for them, and how hard it is for them to understand in a province as wealthy as Ontario why there isn't enough money for food. And people have asked how he was raised, and how did his family raise him, and what is in his heart, and can he look himself in the mirror, and can he sleep at night, knowing that thousands of people have $599 a month, and after they pay the rent, they have little, if anything, left for food.
I want to know why you can go out to dinner, put it on the taxpayers' money, but yet I live on roughly $100 a month. The people that are hungry are not necessarily homeless. They're ladies and gentlemen. And I doubt very much you have ever referred to them as ladies or gentlemen. That's all I have to say to you.
I'm a single mom and I have a 16-year-old. I'm on OW. Sometimes I have to decide if I'm buying food, paying the rent, or no food at all. So I hope that there will be an increase and the people that's struggling would move forward.
I live in a semi-finished home with no hydro, and running water depends on a generator. Well, today my propane fridge quit, and anything I had in the fridge is probably going to spoil by tomorrow. And the $595 I got on welfare has disappeared.
I also need money for those things too, for medical expenses, and you try living your life or my life in your shoes and see how easy it is to budget whatever X amount of dollars. That $10.64, can you budget $10.64? You have to buy your vitamins, you have to buy your meat, and meat is very expensive now. And you know, your vegetables and your fruits, they're all so expensive. You try to live in my shoes for a day.
And I'm a server of lemonade at this stand we're having today. Well, when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. It seems to me that that's what people in my position, well, I'm a starving artist now. I used to be a hard worker, but I don't get out very much because it seems that I'm always running to a food bank every week, because the money that I get on social assistance just isn't enough. But it seems that I'm always too busy looking for food every day.
The majority of people are living poor or working poor, and I'd like him to step up to the plate and start taking care of the people who are being perpetuated into poverty because they're forced to be on a system that doesn't even meet their basic needs. Because food is a need, it's not a commodity.
So it's our rent, utilities, very little money for food, so it doesn't make for a very pleasant upbringing for my daughter, Marissa, who's 15, and myself. So we just have a very difficult time, and I would appreciate if you would try to help people like us a little bit more. Okay, Marissa, what would you like to say? Marissa?
Make life more better.
Make life more better. Way to go.
I heard that you make $17,000 a month, and that's your basic needs. All I'd like to ask you today is, can I have 25% of that? Thank you.
We're just having a terrible time, suffering the consequences for what? Being poor because you love Mike Harris and he's your idol and you just want to perpetuate the treatment of the poor that he instituted? Or $8,500 go to the food bank? I mean, really, how can you live with yourself? I don't know.
My whole heart goes out to people in such need. I live with people that are being evicted right now, and I know people who are hungry. I notice that McGuinty looks a little bit thin. Maybe he'd understand that. We need to have more compassion. We need to reach out to one another every day and help one another to have a dignity in their lives, which so many are losing at this time with the government we have. And this country used to be my pride and joy, but I've kind of lost some of that. I feel bad about that.
You have to have something for the people. You don't have anything for the people. You have things for the rich people, but that doesn't help the poor. You're putting it on the poor's backs. That's not acceptable.
The thing that I do not like is because I live with a limited income and people put a stigma on me. I am no different than anybody else. I have the same feelings as everybody, but everybody puts a stigma on me. And they shouldn't, because I'm as equal as you are. I just don't have as much income as you do.
I'm from Dunnville, Ontario. And now that you and I, sir, are good friends, as you can see, your arm around my shoulder, I would like you to help us. Because I never needed money before, and now I do. And as it turns out, I'm not getting what I need. I can barely afford to eat, and my dogs suffer even, you know. So, sir, I know you have 2 dogs of your own. Maybe you could possibly help us out a little bit. Give us a little extra money, if you don't mind, sir, because we really need it. And it's not just me saying that. There's probably 1 million of us in Canada that actually need the help.
We're human beings. We're not, we're not castaways or anything, I mean, we deserve to be treated humanely. People with kids, sometimes they don't have anything to give their kids to eat.
Yeah.
Because they can't make ends meet, and that's wrong. So I believe that they need to go to the cost of living and to make it a balance. They've got to make a balance because giving us next to nothing is not working.
Let me tell you about hard work. Minimum wage with a baby on the way. Let me tell you about hard work. Eating from food banks just to make it day by day. Let me tell you about hard work. Building a bed out of cardboard box. Let me tell you about hard work. Not eating meals so your child will have enough. Let me tell you about hard work. Walking everywhere when you can't afford the bus. Let me tell you about hard work. When all the stress means you can't sleep or rest. Let me tell you about hard work.